Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Just 2 races remain in the regular season today with Michigan, and in the next one with the Daytona regular season finale, where we are about 16 points ahead of Alex Bowman coming into the final couple of races in this regular season. And we hold that final spot for the playoff right now, but obviously with a 16-point gap, we are not safe by any means here now. And we were ready to kick things off with a brand new livery here sent to me by I could say Moog car. Yes, we got Moog on the car, so shout out to Moog as we were getting ready here to put some laps down in qualifying with a goal of a 39.324. Now, one thing that I was unaware of or didn't notice, didn't catch before I loaded into this race was I made a pretty big error, and I will talk about that here momentarily. But we come through down this front straightaway to cross the line with a 40.326 for the Firekeepers Casino 400. That puts us in P30, so not a very good qualifying effort, but not necessarily surprising when it comes to Michigan here. As you see the rest of the qualifying order, all the way up in front of us is both Matt DiBenedetto and unfortunately Alex Bowman, as Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson start on the front row. Fortunately for us, Matt DiBenedetto failed technical inspection. Unfortunately, our teammate Tyler Reddick failed pre-race inspection, and BJ McLeod failed optical scanning station multiple times. So, ready to get underway here as we move up a few positions because of those penalties for some of these drivers, with specifically Matt DiBenedetto as well as Tyler Reddick. Now, as the green flag is out from P28, we are underway here from Michigan. And one thing, like I said, we made a pretty big error that I didn't catch before loading into this race, and I kind of like to stick to my rule. Once I load into a race, I got what I got, and I can't really go and abort mission at that point. So what happened was Michigan, when you're in a 4-star car, the AI is unbelievably hard on legend difficulty. When I go to Michigan in a 4-star car, I always turn the AI down to the hard difficulty, which is 1 difficulty below legend. I forgot to do that because we were at a road course in the last episode at Indianapolis Road Course, so I kept it on legend with a 4-star car. We might be in for a very, very rough day, and it's getting off to a rough start. Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, Cody Ware, all in front of us here as we exit turn 4, and this is exactly not what we need. Going into the regular season finale in Daytona is a terrible day, which, when I say terrible, this could be an absolutely atrocious day for us here in Michigan, and I could tell already we were in trouble. By the time it came through to the conclusion of lap 3, I am losing contact with 29th place of Austin Cindric here, running still in P30, exactly where I qualified. Haven't gotten any worse, haven't gotten any better here, but I was losing contact with the cars in front of me, and once you lose a draft at Michigan in NASCAR Heat 5, it's game over. And here comes Tyler Reddick blowing my doors off here a lap later, now passing me for P30, so he's all the way moving his way through the field very, very quickly, where myself, I am unbelievably off the pace, and I was dealing with handling issues. You can see I was tight, but then I was loose. This car already was horrendously bad here. Now Anthony Alfredo able to get past us there in that number 38 front row machine, as well as here comes the 77 of Justin Haley behind me. This is how you know things are bad, is when I'm getting passed by a Spire car, a front row car. This is a Richard Childress Racing number 27 Chevrolet Camaro. We have the speed, or should have the speed, to be contending consistently in the top 20. We don't even currently have speed to be in the top 30. That's how bad this AI is here in Michigan, simply because of my mistake. Now, as Matt DiBenedetto as well is going to get to the outside of us here and pass us. Now, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, the only thing we can hope for right now is that Alex Bowman and Matt DiBenedetto both don't get any points there. And you see smoke pouring out of a car up there in front of us, and that's going to bring out a caution. That's actually going to end stage 1 a little bit early here now, as that, I believe, is the number 77 of Justin Haley, who blew that right front tire. Caution flies. We are P34. This is not good by any means. So obviously we're going to come into the pit lane along with everybody else and make some adjustments, but I was already convinced that it didn't really matter what I did to this car, but I did add a little bit of grill tape. I tightened it up a little bit here because it was a little bit loose on the exit specifically as the run was going on. Now, one thing I did notice is that on the short run in that first run, if I was able to hold with the draft, I was actually not terrible. Therefore, it might really come down to just, can I hold on to the draft or not here? But as the run was going on, the freer the car was getting, and that was meaning that I was starting to continuously lose grip and lose connection with the pack in front of us here now. But nonetheless, we're gonna try and put our worries aside for a moment. Let's get amped here from Michigan. There you have the AMP segment here from Michigan. 13 laps to go here in stage 2, and things aren't looking much better. But however, like I said, when I can hold on to the slipstream, things are so much better for us here at Michigan. And you can see I'm able to, hold my own relatively well here in P29 and battling with some of these guys. But unfortunately, as the laps went on, it was once again I was losing connection to these drivers in front of us here. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened here as we came through to lap 4 already of the stage. And Cody Ware is even pulling away on me, so I'm down in P29. But the leader of Joey Logano's crash, and it turned on a big hit from Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson as well. The caution is going to fly here from Michigan, and this presents us an opportunity to come into the pit lane if we want, but there really wasn't much that we could really make a gain off of, so I decided to stay out on the track there. But Joey Logano with a big crash while leading the race actually is still going to be in the race, so Logano is not out. He's going to continue on here halfway through this second stage. It's once again, we're back underway here from Michigan, and we have an opportunity right here to get down, and I was really hopeful that we were going to have something like this happen in stage 3. I feel like short runs is kind of what we need in stage 3, because the short runs were proving that there's a little bit of a fight in this car here because of the fact that we are so close together. We have the draft, and you can see we're making the difference on the short run. We're up into P26 now, the inside of that number 6 Rush Fenway driver of Ryan Newman. Here comes my rival actually up behind me. That's Eric Jones, who's going to actually give me a nice push forward as we head down towards turn 1. Kevin Harvick currently leading just like he did here in real life this season in 2022. They're looking for his first win in real life. He was, and he managed to pick it up there and then goes back to back a week later at New Hampshire. I mean, unbelievable how Kevin Harvick's turned his season around here now. But look at myself now starting to struggle again, and you can see the results here now. We're going to get absolutely engulfed by the cars around us. Cody Ware, Ryan Preece, Austin Cindric, Ryan Newman, the number 96 of Ty Dillon. Everybody is just engulfing me here now as I felt like I was suffocating as I went down into turn 3. We are going to briefly go 4 wide. Why are we going 4 wide for 28th place? I don't even know at this point. Why am I back here? Well, we know why I'm back here, because I accidentally forgot to turn the AI down for this race, and I was regretting it very, very much. The AI shouldn't be this difficult for a 4-star car. I mean, we're absolutely getting destroyed, and it doesn't help when Eric Jones, your rival, certainly runs you up the track there a little bit and pushes you out of the groove, and you continue to fall down the order as I'm just trying to hang on there. I actually make a mistake right there. I'm running into the side of everybody. Alfredo, the number 78 of BJ McLeod, as well as I'm just waiting. Get this thing to the finish of stage 2. You can see how much I'm struggling, slipping and sliding into the side of Alfredo again. We're going to drop all the way down to P36. I mean, can it get much worse than this? I mean, I'm sure it could. We could break out of the race, but that's probably the only thing worse at this point. Thankfully, the stage would come finally to an end here on this final lap, and it was an absolutely miserable P35, and I was realizing our fate is not looking very good here. Now, I make some big adjustments here. I turn the grill tape up to 60%, hoping that we can just, cover off that opening a little bit more and get a little bit more high-end pace out of this car and maybe get this thing to get through the corners a little bit better. But we're going to get back underway here, and it's going to be 18 laps to go in stage 3, which means we will need to make a pit stop under either yellow flag conditions or green flag conditions here. I was preferring yellow flag conditions in this race. However, it's going to be very close on field, actually. We don't have to pit until about 4 laps remaining in this race. So I didn't really know what my strategy was yet. Hope for the caution, maybe pit under green, try and short pit. I really didn't know. But, of course, the main focus is making moves here on this restart to get ourselves into a good position to set us up for the rest of this final stage, which has been so far a terrible first 2 stages here now as we are up to P31. Like I said, I've said it a few times already. Look at the pace we have during these green flag short runs, on these restarts. We are really able to make a difference with this number 27 Moog car as we dive down into turn 1 3 wide with Garrett Smithley as well as the 96 of Ty Dillon, but we move back up into the top 30 just behind our rival right there of Eric Jones as Kevin Harvick continues to lead, looking for another win. But unfortunately, as we're heading down towards turn 1 on lap 35, the temperature light turns on, actually, so I've put too much grill tape on the car, and a little bit too much to where it's really shooting the temperatures up over 260 degrees Celsius. So therefore, we are in trouble, and you can see very quick the effects it has. So we've already been struggling with speed, but when your temperatures are going too hot, it makes it even worse. So we were actually having to make audible here. I had to make an audible and make a dive down to the pit lane here on the exit of turn 4 on lap 36 here, and we're gonna have to pit under the green flag conditions because we were gonna fall down to last place if I didn't come into the pits. So now we need an absolute miracle here to unfold in Michigan. First of all, we needed to stay green to let the pit cycle run its course because I'm gonna be a lap down right now. But then we needed to stay green, let the pit cycle run its course, and then have a caution come out and like as everybody's diving into the pit lane, and then I can stay out here or something like that, something along those lines. But I would end up cycling out with this pack of cars right here, about 20th all the way down through 24th, 25th area. Absolutely crucial for me to be able to hold contact with this pack of cars here to give myself the best opportunity possible to get a half-decent finish, and what I consider a half-decent finish at this point is anything 30th or above. And fortunately for me, I was able to hold on with this pack of cars for a good chunk of time. Kyle Larson currently leading, but we do have pit stops on the way, and I'm sure you'll find a way to throw it away at that point. So he's still looking for win number 1 on the season in the penultimate race of the regular season here. But you can see lap 43, now I'm starting to lose contact with this pack, but we held on a lot longer than I anticipated here with where we were running about the 22nd, 23rd, 24th area here as we came through to 6 laps to go, 5 laps to go actually, because we're scored a lap down. But you can see that I would finally lose contact, but fortunately by the time I lose contact, everybody's starting to come into the pit lane, so it actually worked out pretty well for me. So we get a bit of a, like, I would call that like a half miracle right there. We need the other half of getting on the lead lap and then a caution coming out immediately, and here's where I thought I was going to cycle out to the lead lap, but no, Ross Chastain stays on the track, but he would eventually pit, and as we came through to 2 laps to go, or approaching 2 laps to go in this race, I would cycle out into 32nd place. Ross Chastain exiting the pit lane. That moves me up into P31 here now in front of the number 53 of Garrett Smithley. Kevin Harvick's already come through to start the final lap of, unfortunately, a caution-free final stage. We did ourselves no favors all race long. We have put ourselves in the worst possible position in this race, and Alex Bowman is absolutely loving it. Kevin Harvick comes through to win in Michigan. Here comes Ross Chastain, who's on an absolute tear right now. I know how important every single point is. It's Ross Chastain. I'm going to block him as much as I possibly can to give him a taste of his own medicine here now as we head down this back straightaway for the final time towards turn 3 and 4, and Chastain's going to go high and bring Smithley with him. I go to the inside. They're all the way by the wall. I'm going to have to throw a pretty big block here on the exit of turn 4, so we're going to slide up the track there in front of Chastain. I'm actually sliding there on the exit of turn 4. He tried to cross us over. It's not going to happen. It's going to be an absolutely terrible day finally coming to an end in P31, or P30. No, we get 30th actually here before the race comes to a close, because William Byron actually came to the pit lane on the final lap. Alex Bowman finishes P13. Matt DiBenedetto all the way down there in, P21, so it wasn't the end of the world with Matt DiBenedetto. However, because of that absolutely terrible run, because of my mistake with the AI, we are 3 points below the cut line. For the first time ever in any form of NASCAR Heat 5, we are below the cut line going for the playoffs in the final race of the regular season. It all comes down to the Daytona regular season finale. Now, if we would have gotten the AI right and you know, turned it down to hard, if I would have remembered that, we probably would have been losing still points to Alex Bowman based off his finishing position, but not as many, of course. So, an absolutely embarrassing effort there, but it's going to come down to that Daytona regular season finale. It's going to be a difficult one. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. I will see you guys there where we fight Alex Bowman for the final playoff spot. Have a great day, everybody.